Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. Please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train at all times. Parents, please supervise your children, making sure they're in their seats and away from the train openings. Our next stop is Main Street Station. But first we have to pass through the Grand Canyon and Primeval World. We politely ask the refrain from using any and all flash photography, video lighting, light-up toys, bubble wands, or lightsabers. We lost the Triceratops in 2018. These rest in pieces.
No flash photography. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado. Gateway to Disneyland. If you're leaving us here, stay in your seat until we come to a full stop. Remember to gather all your personal belongings and step carefully from the train. I'd especially like to thank those of you who've been with me for the Grand Circle Tour of Disneyland. We hope you enjoyed your travels with us and that you'll come back to ride with us again real soon. For those of you staying with us, we'll be on our way again in just a few minutes. This is Main Street Station. Main Street, USA.
Please remain seated until the train has come to a full and complete stop. This is Main Street Station. Be advised, Main Street Station only has stair exits. We do not have any ramps. Please wait until you reach the bottom of the staircase on for your strollers. Thank you for choosing the Disneyland Railroad. Have a great evening. The next train will leave here from Main Street at exactly midnight. We have picked up a trip only. Welcome aboard Excursion 3 on the Disneyland Railroad. For your safety, please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train at all times. Please keep an eye on your phones, make sure they're fully seated.
Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. We're embarking on the Grand Circle Tour of Square, Disneyland Toontown, and Tomorrowland. We'll also visit the Grand Canyon and make a trip back in time to the primeval world and the age of the dinosaurs before returning to Main Street Station. As we begin our journey, remember that for a safe trip, you need to stay seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your children.
Bienvenidos a bordo del Disneyland Railroad. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Our first stop is New Orleans Square Station. But to get there, we need to pass through the wilds of Adventureland. It may seem peaceful through here, but trust me, it's a real jungle out there. Literally. So be on the lookout. You just never know what might be lurking along the rails. Just ahead is New Orleans Square Station. This station also serves Frontierland and Critter Country. If you'll be leaving us here, please remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop. And watch your step as you get along.
All our folks are now speeding ahead to the New Orleans Square Station. Once again, there'll be no extra the train during the shift. This trip will only be picking up guests and just remain seated. Thank you.
on the Disneyland Railroad. For your safety, please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train at all times. Please keep an eye on your small ones to make sure they're fully seated, either on your lap or on a seat next to you, away from those train door openings on your right-hand side. Our next stop is going to be Mickey's Toontown Depot. Once again, there'll be no exiting from the train at that station. We're just going to be picking up guests. Enjoy your trip.
Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids. We're now entering Splash Mountain. Permanently the location of one and only laughing place. Where you look real hard, you just might find it. It's where the critters are celebrating a zippity-doo-dah day.
Enjoy your ride. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
As we leave Toontown Depot, we get a real nice view of the happiest land of them all, Fantasyland. You can see people stepping onto It's a Small World just below us. And, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain. Steaming forward into the future to a land inspired by visions of tomorrow, both practical and imagined. Here you'll find rocket ships and star skiers, submarines and astroblasters, and, if you look overhead, maybe a glimpse of a Mark 7 monorail. This is the latest version of the first daily operating monorail system in the entire Western Hemisphere, gliding above Disneyland since 1959. Below the monorail, and us, are the fun-filled roadways of the Autopia. Drivers of all ages can get behind the wheel of these cars. No experience or license required. If you're into soaring spaceships or doing battle with evil empires and emperors, Tomorrowland is definitely the place for you. Speaking of which, we're pulling into Tomorrowland Station right now. If you're leaving us here, just stay seated until we come to a full stop. Gather your belongings, including lightsabers and astroblasters, and step carefully from the train. Thanks, and have fun in the future. For the rest of you, just sit tight. We'll be on our way again in just a minute.
All right, folks, we're now taking land at Tomorrowland Station. Once again, there'll be no exiting the train at the station. So we get to Main Street, so just remain seated. Thank you for your patience. Once again, folks, keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train at all times. Please remain seated. Keep an eye on your small ones. Make sure they're fully seated either on your lap or on the seat next to you. Away from your train door openings on the right-hand side. We're going to head to Main Street. That'll be our last and final stop. But first, we're going to take a detour around the rim of the Grand Canyon and travel back in time to Primeval World. During the remainder of the tunnel, just make sure all flash photography, video lighting, and lighted accessories, including toys, bubble wands, lightsabers, and others, are turned off. Thank you, and enjoy your trip.
To those who have just come aboard, welcome. The next leg of our journey will take us from the fantastic world of the future to the breathtaking beauty of nature's own design, the Grand Canyon. For your safety, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Watch your children and no flash photography.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Por favor, no tome fotografías con flash.
That was the Grand Canyon as we know it today. But it wasn't always this way. Now, let's travel back in time, way back in time, to the fantastic past of the primeval world, the land of the dinosaurs.
Alright folks, we're now coming into Main Street Station. This will be our last stop for tonight. This is a friendly rider. There is no ramps, only stairs at the station. We keep recommending keeping all wheelchairs and strollers folded to the bottom of the steps. You made the grand circle trip for our Disneyland event tonight. We'd like to thank you for riding the rails on behalf of the Disneyland Railroad. Once again, please remain seated until the train comes to a full incomplete stop. Once again, this is our last stop of the night, so I hope you have a magical rest of your evening. Just please remain seated. Thank you.
If you're staying with us, we'll be on our way again in just a few minutes. This is Main Street Station, Main Street, USA.
It's nicer, it's much nicer. This is good, no, like free. This is like good. Don't want anymore. Not too crazy. You gotta know. Oh boy! You gonna see you tomorrow?